Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome, guys. As you can see, I'm wrapped up nice and warm here. You guys can tell. Right, so we are actually going through this. Just fix this mic, guys. I apologize. Right, so we are going through Mukhtasar al-Qudoori. If you guys like my channel, if you like the videos that I make, please hit the like, subscribe button. It means a lot to me. Helps my videos reach a greater audience and more reward, inshallah. So let's crack on with this then. So we reached Kitab al-Iqrar. It's the third lesson into Iqrar. Let's have a look at the meaning of the word. So, أقر يقر إقرار, like we mentioned this before, it means to give a testimony, acknowledge. Inshallah, it means if Allah wills. Muttasilan means immediately, immediate. لم يلزمه شرط الخيار. خيار means choice. We've done this before. A lot of these words we've done this before. Istathna, it means to exempt. Yeah, exempt. Or that's not exempt, is it? That's accept. Exempt. بنفسه فللمقر له الدار. So مقر له guess الدار. والعرس لفلان أقر. We didn't all these words. قوسرة is a basket or a bag. It's supposed to be قوسرة. ومن أقر بدابة في stable. Stable is a stable. Stable. خاصة specifically. غصبت. غصب means to usurp something. غصب. Yeah, to usurp. في منديل is a scarf or a handkerchief. ثوب, you know what that means. عشرة, you know what that means. Again, all the rest of it is really kind of straightforward. Right, so let's crack on with the tarkeeb then. Again, a lot of these words are repetitive, so I don't want to keep having to repeat. So من أقر بحق وقال إن شاء الله is the fa'il. متصلا is حال. بإقراره جار مجرور. لم يلزمه الإقرار is the فاعل. من أقر فعل وشارط الخيار فعل فاعل مفعول به. لنفسه لزمه الإقرار وبطل الخيار فاعل. من أقر بدار واستثنى بناءها لنفسه فللمقر له الدار والبناء مبتدأ مؤخر جميعا حال. وإن قال بناء هذه الدار لي والعرسة لفلان فهو كما قال ومن أقر بتمر في supposed to be قوسرة. Okay, قوسرة. لازم تمر فاعل والقوسرة is عطف on to تمر. ومن أقر بدابة جار مجرور في استبل stable لزمه الدابة خاصة. Okay, put in the comments if you know why خاصة is mansub. وإن قال غصبت ثوبا في منديل لزما dual times 2 لزماه جميعا. وإن قال له علي ثوب في ثوب لزماه جميعا. وإن قال له علي ثوب في 10 أثواب لم يلزمه. Again, all of these are straightforward tarkeebs, guys. Nothing special here. عند بحنيفة وبيوسف إلا ثوب واحد. This is the file of يلزم. Okay. قال محمد في الفاعل يلزمه أحد. Why is أحد عشرة correct? It's not أحد. ثوبا is تمييز. من أقر بغصب ثوب وجاء بثوب مئيب صفة. فالقول قوله مبتدأ خبر فيه مع يمينه كذلك لو أقر بدراهم وقال هي زيوف. Okay, مبتدأ خبر. Right, let's explain these masalas then. Let's do some explaining time. Right, so basically what happens over here is this. If a guy says, I owe you £1,000, inshallah. Yeah, and then says, inshallah. Okay, this does not become active. It does not work. Yeah, so inshallah does not. It's like the inshallah cancels out the iqrar. Because when you say inshallah, you're basically saying if Allah wills. Now, does Allah will? Of course you don't know. So therefore, you will never know if Allah willed it or not. So this is what it means over here. It says, Man aqarra, whoever acknowledges or gives testimony bihaqqin of a specific right, like for example, £1,000. وَقَالَ inshallah, and says inshallah muttasilan, it has to be straight away, okay? If he says it after a delay, it does not work, okay? It does not work. So you have to have it straight away. بِإِقْرَارِهِ, with this iqrar. لَمْ يَلْزَمْهُ الْإِقْرَارُ, the iqrar is not necessary upon him. Does that make sense? So remember, the inshallah has to be said immediately. It cannot be said with a gap. If there's a gap, like he waited a minute or 2 or 10 minutes or a day, that will not work. Okay, if a person was to do an iqrar, yeah, let's say for example, iqrar is that I bought this car. Yes, this guy's got a car. Yeah, this is my fancy drawing of a car. If you guys like it, then you guys are good people. That's a car, that is, by the way. So what happens is this guy, he says, I bought a car. So he's done iqrar. But then he did the iqrar and he said, and I took out khiyar shart. Khiyar shart. Remember khiyar shart, if you haven't gone over it, go over the chapters of Buyu. In there I discussed the khiyar shart in detail there. It's basically when you take out 3 days option of testing the item. 3 days option. Right? So what happens in this case is that if a person ever does this, the iqrar will be valid, but the shart will be cancelled out. Yeah, because shart is like almost like saying, actually I don't owe you. I owe you money for the car. Actually I don't owe you. So it's like the khiyar shart is cancelling out. It's a bit like how inshallah works, but not in the sense that you don't know. It's cancelling it out. Because iqrar is where you confess something, and khiyar shart is like saying, maybe I didn't get it off you. Does that make sense? So man aqarra, whoever does iqrar, wa sharat al-khiyar li nafsihi, and has given testimony, and then he says that the khiyar is for myself. Lazimahu al-iqrar, iqrar becomes lazim upon him in court, wa batal al-khiyar, but the khiyar becomes void and batil. Okay, let's say for example someone was to say iqrar, he did the iqrar of a house. So this is house there, and he said, yes, I gave the house to Zaid. I gave the house to Zaid without the building, without the structure, the bina. Yeah, without the structure. The structure, no, I didn't give him the structure. I gave the house to him. How can you give someone a house without the structure? The house is the structure. How can you give a structure, a house, and no structure? So that's why he says that man aqarra, whoever does iqrar of a dar, right? So this house, wastathna bina'aha li nafsihi, and he said the house is for me, the structure is for me. فَلِلْ مُقَرِّ لَهُ الدَّارُ وَالْبِنَاء جَمِيعًا. So the muqarr lahu gets the dar, and he gets all the structure, the walls and the roof and everything that comes with it, gets all of that. Yeah. So this statement, these are all like statements that have an effect. So inshallah, and then you have shart khiyar, and then you have exempting the structure. All right, next. Now, what if he says this? What if he says, let's zoom this a bit out, bring it back over here. So what if now he says, if he says, you get the, actually I'll do this in green color. You get the garden. The garden is yours, but the building is mine. Yeah, the arasa, so the courtyard, that's yours, but the building is mine. Is that iqrar valid? Yeah, that iqrar is valid. Okay, so in qalan, if he was to say bina'u hadi dar, the structure of this dar is for me, wal arasatu, but the arasa, this like courtyard area belongs to so and so. This guy is his. For huwa kama qala, then it will be as he said, meaning the courts will accept this statement. Right, so that's quite straightforward then. So it's a bit like, for example, in today's time, someone says, I'm giving the car to so and so, but the interior is for me. That's fine, because that's something that can be separated. You can separate interior from a car. But you can't say the car is for him, but the structure of the car, the metal of the car and the engine of the car, that's all mine. You can't say that because that is part of the car. The courts are not going to believe you. They're going to say this guy's a joker. Yeah. Like the people of Birmingham say, joker. All right, next. If you guys like my videos, hit the like button, subscribe button, share it with others as well, inshallah. Okay, then he says, now let's say for example this guy, he has done iqrar. He says, I am given doing iqrar. Imagine this is for example a basket. And in this basket there are dates in this basket. Yeah, so there's dates in this box. So he says, the dates are for him in the basket. The dates in the basket. So in Arabic, if you say to someone the dates in the basket are for him, what you're basically saying is that all of it belongs to him. Man aqarra, whoever does iqrar of dates in a basket, فَلَزِمَهُ it becomes necessary on him the dates and the basket as well. All of this becomes necessary. That's how Arabs say things. Yeah, when they say this I don't know, these books in this bookcase, these books in this bookcase. Man aqarra bidambatin fi istabl. Okay, what if a guy does iqrar of an animal in a stable? So for example, like this guy says, there's an animal. I don't know what animal this is. And this animal is inside of a stable. Okay, so you got animal inside of a stable. So he says, the animal in the stable is his. So normally people don't give stables to people. They don't normally give stables, but they do give boxes. So that's why in this case, man aqarra, whoever does iqrar of an animal fi stable, yeah, animal in the stable, lazimahu dabatu khasatan only. Only the animal is something he has to give, not the stable. Okay, let's say if a person was to, let's go over here. Let's see if we can fit some aside over here. A guy says that I usurped. Like usurp is like a bit like stealing, but it's not stealing. It's taking something forcefully from someone. So I usurped a cloth. Let's say for example a jacket. It's supposed to be a jacket. I usurped a jacket which was inside of a thobe fi mindil. Yeah, which was in a scarf. Yeah, so a thobe inside of a scarf. So what's going to happen over here? So I usurped a jacket inside of it. So he says both are going to become necessary, like the basket one. قال غصبت. If he says غصبت, I usurped a thobe. This is the thobe. في منديل, in a scarf. لزماه جميعا. All of it becomes necessary on him, because it's like he's saying I owe him the cloth as well, the mindil, the scarf as well. Okay, another statement. These are all statements Arabs say, okay, and in English, it's going to be a bit different. In qala, so if a person say, I owe a thobe in a thobe. So let's say, for example, there's a jacket. Someone says, I owe a thobe inside of a thobe. So in the thobe, there's a pocket, and there's another thobe inside of it, in that pocket. Yeah, a thobe inside of a thobe. Yeah, what's going to happen there? وَإِنْ قَالَ لَهُ عَلَيَّ. Lahu alayya means for him upon me, I owe. I owe a thobe inside of a thobe. لَزِمَهُ جَمِيعًا. He owes both of them. Because why would you say a thobe inside of a thobe? It doesn't make sense unless you owe both of them. Okay, if the person was to say, إِنْ قَالَ لَهُ عَلَيَّ. If he was to say, إِنْ قَالَ لَهُ عَلَيَّ ثَوْبٌ فِي عَشْرَةِ أَثْوَابٍ. Okay, so he says, I owe him a thobe that's inside 10 thobes. Like for example, one, and then you wrap it in a different one, and you wrap it in a different one, and wrap it in a different one, like that. So times 10. Like imagine a jacket inside of 10 boxes. So what's going to happen here? So he says that وَإِنْ قَالَ لَهُ عَلَيَّ ثَوْبٌ فِي عَشْرَةِ أَثْوَابٍ. Thobe that's inside of 10. لَمْ يَلْزَمْهُ. Abu Hanifa and Abu Yusuf says he only owes one thobe. That's it. This is according to who? Abu Hanifa, and Abu Yusuf. All right. What does Imam Muhammad say? Imam Muhammad disagrees with them on this. قال محمد لم يلزمه أحد عشر ثوبا. He owes him this thobe and the 10 cloths that it's wrapped around him. Yeah, he owes him all that. This is what Imam Muhammad says. Okay, that's the difference between the two. Okay, let's say a person comes and he says, say for instance, a guy comes and he says, he goes, I usurped a cloth. I usurped cloth. And then he brings a jacket, and this is like a tatty jacket. Tatty, you know, tatty means like rough and old and dirty. It's got marks on there. He brings that one. He says, this is the one that I owe this guy. So I've usurped a jacket, and then he describes the jacket like this. What's going to happen in this case? So, man aqarra bi ghasbi thawbin wa ja'a bi thawb. Whoever acknowledges that he has done usurping of a cloth or a jacket or something, wa ja'a bi thawb, and he brings a cloth that's ma'ib, faulty. فَالْقَوْلُ قَوْلُهُ فِيهِ مَعَ يَمِينِهِ. So what's going to happen now in court? Let's say the other guy can prove, the other guy has proof that no, he actually owes him a good quality one. He brings witness and he wins the case. But if this guy does not have any proof, no proof at all, the judges are going to say to this guy, swear an oath that it's a dirty one. Swear an oath. So if there's no proof, the judge is going to ask this and he wins the case. And this is because of the rule that evidence is upon the person who is the claimant. Yeah, and if there's no claimant, then an oath is upon the defendant. And in this case, this guy is the claimant, and this guy over here is making the oath. And the same goes for dirhams as well. Right? So last masala. The same goes for dirhams. If there's a guy who says, I have usurped silver coins, and then he says, actually, you know what? They're bad quality ones. They're low quality, low grade ones. Same thing's going to happen here. If the other guy has proof to show that he really owed him good quality, he's got proof, he wins. If he does not have proof, the judge is going to make this guy swear an oath, say, Wallahi, that they're bad quality. And then if he says that, he wins the case. There you have it, guys. That is basically what this is all about. So let's have a look if you guys have understood. What happens if a person says inshallah with an iqrar? It doesn't happen. What happens if a person does an iqrar of buying something and then says I've also got khiyar shart? The thing goes through but no khiyar shart. What if a person does iqrar of a house but then says but I don't owe him the structure? Then the house goes through, the statement is ignored. What if he says the house is mine but the courtyard is his? That goes through. What if a person was to say, I owe him a box of dates with the dates, everything is necessary. What if he says, I owe him an animal inside of a stable, only the animal? What if he says, I owe him a cloth inside of a cloth? He owes him both. What if he says, mindil, or a cloth inside of a cloth? Same thing. What if he says, I owe him a cloth inside of 10 cloths? It's only that one cloth according to Abu Hanifa and Abu Yusuf, according to Muhammad, everything. What if a person says, I usurped this thing from him, but it's low quality? If the other guy doesn't have proof, then the judge will ask him and swear an oath and he wins the case. Khalas. Jazakallah khair, guys, for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you to all my patrons for supporting my channel. Please, if you guys can support my channel in any way possible, it means a lot to me. It helps me make more videos. Check out the description below. And I will see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.